Speaking Task 1. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. You will then have 15 seconds to prepare your response, and 45 seconds to speak.
Some people believe that television has a negative impact on children and should be avoided. Others feel that television is one of many ways a child can learn. Which do you believe?
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep. Speaking Task 2. You will read a short paragraph and then listen to a conversation between two people. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the conversation between two people.
This is a bad move from the chemistry department. I can't believe they are going to spend school funding like this.
Why would you say that?
Have you seen the outdated equipment in the chemistry department? Most of it is older than I am. If the department has so much extra money, they should spend it on updating the chemistry equipment before pushing for more students. I mean, think about it. Most companies use updated equipment, so how do they expect us to compete for positions when we're accustomed to using outdated equipment? We're going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you're right. I never thought about that. We will need to know how to use the latest equipment in the chemistry field for our future careers.
Exactly. Also, I think they should consider spending money on current students who are actually working hard and not try to lure in potential students. I know a lot of my friends are studying hard. Even though they are not getting an average grade of 90%, they are still getting good grades in chemistry. I think the chemistry department should award them, like giving them a bonus or something.
That's true. You make a good point. It would be great if my hard work was rewarded.
The woman expresses her opinion about the announcement. State her opinion and explain the reasons that she gives for holding that opinion.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep. Speaking Task 3. You will read a short paragraph about an academic topic, then listen to a lecture about it. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the lecture.
There are countless versions of the Ballad of Barbara Allen, and although it probably originated in the British Isles, versions are found not only in the British colonies, but also in many other countries, including Italy and several countries in Scandinavia. In fact, there are almost 100 versions in the United States alone. But the version that I'm going to play for you today is the traditional child ballad, number 84, from the reference English and Scottish Popular Ballads. In it, the narrative tells the story of Barbara Allen and the young man who fell in love with her. After Barbara Allen rejects him, he dies of unrequited love. And the day after his funeral, Barbara Allen dies of regret. They are buried beside each other in the churchyard, and a red rose grows from his grave. A briar grows from her grave. That's a thorny bush. And as they twine around each other, the rose and the thorn, they form a lover's knot. So we see that the lovers who were not united in life are together in death. The music is repetitive, like most ballads, and also important to identifying it as a ballad, the second and the fourth lines of each four-line stanza rhyme.
Define a ballad, and then explain why Barbara Allen can be classified as a ballad.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep. You will listen to a lecture about an academic topic. After, you will get a question about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. Now listen to the lecture.
So let's continue our conversation about the cuckoo bird. Now, one interesting thing about this particular species is that it practices egg mimicry. You see, cuckoo birds lay camouflaged eggs, much smaller than a bird their size should make, in other birds' nests. Their mimic eggs look identical to the other eggs, so the mother bird does not notice that the cuckoo egg is not theirs. Now, there are two benefits to the practice of egg mimicry. For one, the young cuckoo birds are provided a home and food by their adoptive parent, and also the other baby birds in the nest are offered some protection. For the cuckoo bird, egg mimicry is an easy way to have their young raised by a host bird. When the eggs hatch, the baby cuckoo bird shares in the shelter of the nest and the food brought by its newly adoptive parent. These birds also grow much larger in a shorter amount of time, so it's easier for them to compete with the other birds. If there's not enough food or room for all the baby birds to share, well, the cuckoo baby has been known to push the other birds out of the nest and consume all the food. But believe it or not, there is also a benefit for the other baby chicks sharing the nest with the cuckoo bird. Once the cuckoo baby bird hatches, it provides the nest with protection. When the mother bird leaves the nest and a hungry predator comes to take advantage of her absence, the baby cuckoo releases a smelly odor that drives the predator away. If the other baby birds are allowed to remain in the nest with the cuckoo, then they are, in this way, also protected from these dangers.
Using the example of the cuckoo bird from the lecture, explain 2 ways in which egg mimicry is beneficial for birds.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.